As part of the American Rescue Plan Act, Fairfield County received $30.6 million from the federal government. This unprecedented and one-time funding was intended to combat the COVID-19 pandemic, including the public health and economic impacts. The funding made available under the Act provides a unique opportunity for our county to make strategic investments that strengthen our county. In an effort to prioritize areas of focus and need, a strategic planning process was completed by county leadership in 2022 that led to the development of a comprehensive plan that provided a decision-making guide on how to invest resources and realize county goals in alignment with appropriate uses of American Rescue Plan funding. This plan outlined infrastructure, social services, housing, workforce development, economic development, and county operations as the key areas of action. There were a number of goals, priorities, and strategies of the plan that focused on internal needs and provided the county an opportunity to improve technology and access to services, complete water and sewer projects, respond to public health needs, strengthen and support social services, drive and manage equitable growth and development, and train and grow a skilled workforce. It was also a priority to fund impactful community projects.
The ARP funds were critical for us here at the Salvation Army, specifically with the Samaritan Center for Adult Day Services. Our program has been in existence now for 39 years and has been serving those folks in the county who deal with cognitive, developmental, or physical disabilities. We were really running into some struggles keeping this program afloat. The challenge that we ran into is that we had no money coming in. And so there are still expenses that you run into, and so a significant deficit was really starting to run up there. We had to really look and question whether or not we would be able to sustain this program long term. It's because of these funds that we're able to keep operating. All three commissioners, Davis, Levacy, and Fix, are just wonderful friends of ours. We are so thankful for the support and the partnership that they've given to us, the trust that they've given to us with these kind of dollars to be able to use them in a great way to support the county. From the bottom of our hearts for all that it is that they've done for us and what they've done for the people of Fairfield County by investing in organizations like ours.
The Village of Pleasantville is going to be using the American Rescue Plan dollars to rehab our 2 water tanks. Within the Village of Pleasantville, we have about 930 residents according to the 2020 census. We service about 325 homes and businesses within the village on our water system. Our oldest tank was built in the early 1900s and is due for maintenance, painting, and different OSHA upgrades. The newer water tower was built in 1999, and again, it's due for maintenance, different upgrades for OSHA requirements, painting and cleaning and disinfecting. We always appreciate the Commissioner's assistance and help. Them and the staff have always been there to support us. This is a good example of how the county is taking in these ARPA funds, using them to ensure that the safety and health of county residents are met, as long as planning for long-term growth.
The funding from the county that was provided to us through ARPA funds was extremely valuable because that funding wasn't there before. So we were dealing with systems and radio communications that were outdated or unsafe, and really the reason was we didn't have the dollars to purchase it. Our radio system was a digital radio system, but it was a closed-off system, so it worked great for us, it worked great for the department, but we weren't able to reach out and talk to, say, the Sheriff's Office or Pickerington PD or Logan PD. So the main issue with that is if we had a large-scale event, we would be scrambling around to find a communication system to talk to them. The funding we were provided jump-started any timeline that would have been in front of us. So if we would have had to wait a year or 2 years to get that funding and secure it to be on a safer system, this is putting our officers in a better position so much quicker than that.
We were awarded $610,000 of the ARP funding from the county. And with that funding, what it's going to allow us to do is use that as starter grant money on the next 6 to 7 houses that we plan to build here in Fairfield County. What this allowed us to do is pretty much make sure that we're building 2 houses every year for the next 3 to 4. We have partnered with the county on many levels. So we've had not only county administration and workers, JFS, we also partner very closely with the land bank. So the commissioners are on that, and several people in the county are part of that organization as well, and they're the ones that help pretty much procure the land that we're going to build on here in Fairfield County. So every lot that we've built on so far and that we plan to build on is a lot that we get from the Fairfield County Land Bank.
Our fair has been around here for over 170 years, and the first thing they allowed us to do was enhance what we already have. We were impacted dramatically from an economic standpoint. Our reserves had dipped to lower levels than I had seen in my lifetime. And we were at the place where we were going, we're not sure if we're going to be able to do a fair if we don't figure this out. I was really impressed when we first started talking with the commissioners about the possibility of a grant, because I loved that they had an amazing strategy. So early on, they focused on health care and wellness, and coming out, they said it is critical that we get everybody back engaged in life and earning money again. And I was delighted that they said the fairgrounds is one of those ways that we can both bring people out and enjoying life again and re-kicking the economy. So that was a thrill for us. We would not have been able to showcase this fairground and keep it the 68 acres that have been here for 170 years that people have enjoyed. They would have continued to deteriorate instead of being an amazing site and venue that people love and cherish.
We recognize that homelessness is really growing in our community and housing is a big issue. And as the ATOM board, we wanted to help out the population that we could impact, which would be people receiving behavioral health care services. So we began to plan for a supported housing project, and that will house people with serious behavioral health needs, so we can sort of address that most complex end of the spectrum of people that are struggling for housing. So we're thrilled to receive the $3 million in ARPA funding from the county and the county commissioners. We have been able to start a very needed housing project in Fairfield County because of that. Without that funding added to the other funding that we've been able to achieve, we wouldn't have been able to do this because it's a fairly expensive project, and having all of this funding together was really necessary.
We partnered with ATOM when they received the ARPA funding to develop several different projects, including a 24-unit apartment building that will be permanent supportive housing for people that are experiencing homelessness. Also, as part of that project, we will be moving our shelter to the former Center of Hope. And when we move into this new building, not only will we be able to add 7 more shelter beds, but they will all be single beds with privacy walls, which will add to the dignity for all the residents that are staying with us. During the pandemic, I think it highlighted to the community the extent of homelessness in Fairfield County, and I think it's fortunate in that regard that it made it evident to everyone the need for more shelter and more affordable housing, and the need for these people to receive supportive services to hopefully put them into permanent housing. Just a very big thank you for the funding and enabling us to do these projects. I don't see how we could have done it without them.
We are a general aviation airport with over 100 aircraft on the field at any one time. We have had a great success in helping the Central Ohio economy grow. This economic growth has led to a need to study the airport through a master planning process. And in that process, we have had an outcome of an additional 14 new hangars to be built. The Fairfield County Airport is estimated to bring in about $9 million in economic benefit. This benefits all of Fairfield County citizens by increasing the airport's size and operation.
We're fortunate in the Utilities Department to get provided funds, federal funds that the commissioners got, to relocate some water and sewer services here at the airport so they could expand, increase their hangar capacity, ability to provide water and sewer to roughly about 6 hangars, also moving the lift station at this location so they can put some T hangars at that location. All of that infrastructure will be done ahead of what the commissioners plan to expand on the airport. All in all, it's going to make the utilities here at the airport much better, more reliable, an ability to expand even more than what they currently are.
United Way started the Dolly Parton Imagination Library in Fairfield County in 2012. What we do is we send free books home once a month to children from birth to age 5. Our average monthly cost to send books home to over 5,000 children is around $11,000. 50% of that is covered through the Ohio Governor's Office with the Ohio Governor's Imagination Library. The rest of that has to come from our local funds. Thanks to the Fairfield County Commissioners, we sent over 5,100 books home to children throughout Fairfield County. We are so thankful to have the American Rescue Plan money from the Fairfield County Commissioners to support this program. Thanks to this funding, we are able to continue to grow and send additional books home to children throughout the county. Having these books sent to them every month is really helping these children get ready for school and be ready to learn.
With these critical investments, our county is building a strong and prosperous community for the next generation.